Greetings, fellow wizards. So today I want to talk about this curious build with the Drudge Osseodon. And originally the idea came from the Spectre spreadsheet, where you can see all the good work Truditoru, Gazi and others have put in. And basically you can sort by monster family, and if you sort by beast, you can see who you can tame beast. And Drudge Osseodon struck out to me as being this big, beefy boy with lots of health and health regen, which is important for this build. So the idea is very simple. You stack as much minion life as possible. So I had around the 70k life. You could probably reach around 100k. And then with the Infernal Legion, you ignite enemies within a radius with 20% of your minions' life. So the idea is simple. Draw the enemies close to the Drudge, and then his burning aura will quickly take care of them. As for the modifiers, I have on the tamed beast, I have enraged and fire resistance. Only the enraged matters because he uses my resistances. Enraged seems pretty good. 40% increased damage, 25% increased action speed, and maybe even 50% reduced damage taken. And I also have the Spectre Lost Man Subjugator as a support for the Drudge. I'll link you the video, Truditoru's video, of where you can find both. It's in the same area. Basically, it buffs the Drudge, making it move faster, act faster. Overall, it's pretty good. So one problem I noticed is that the Infernal Legion aura is not very wide. So as you can see here, the Drudge can default to just using its physical attacks. And if you can't find a way to move the enemy closer to the Drudge, well, it's going to be a lot less damage than you would have with the fire aura. And one way you can do that is using bludgeon support for a skill that you like. In this example, I think I was using Bone Storm, and try to knock back enemies inside his aura. But if you stay close to the Drudge, usually melee enemies will just die trying to get at you. And for ranged enemies, you just have to move the Drudge close to them, which can be a bit tricky, but you get used to it after a while. This strategy is also particularly good in choke points, like in towers, and against slow-moving bosses or enemies, because it's much easier for you to stick the Drudge with his fire aura next to the enemy. So for support gems, I have Last Gasp, so he can last a bit longer, +1 to minion level, Infernal Legion of course, and Enormity for even more max life and damage. And if you click on the arrow, you can see its stats, 70k life, so that's pretty beefy. And you also have maxed out resistances because of the unique focus that I have. Extremely high ailment threshold due to its health. Its basic attack damage is okay-ish, but normally you want the damage to come from Infernal Legion. As for gear, it's just mostly minion levels and more life. And but more importantly, the focus gives me more max life, which I believe is the only one that does so, and gives it resistances equal to mine. As for the passive tree, basically anything that gives minion life and minion damage. I don't need resistances because of the unique. And for the jewels, I have 15% increased minion life on all of them. And you might notice that I'm using a Chayula Monk Ascendancy. Ignore that, it's a terrible Ascendancy right now, and I'm just using it to test out builds. But what are your thoughts on this build? Keep in mind this is, let's say, a work in progress. Overall, I'm quite satisfied with the results so far, but I would need like a proper Ascendancy, in which case I would like to know your opinion. What would you think would be the best Ascendancy for this build? I also tried running 2 companions, but I didn't see any other beast that buffed its health, the Drudge's health, and then it becomes too expensive, so I just used the Subjugator Spectre. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, and take care.
Fellow wizard, and may magic be with you.